Welcome to Maths Albertura today. Today we want to see how we can consider calculation question on bearing. So we have a question here before us. A man travels from a village X on a bearing of 60 degrees. This 0 at the front of 60 means that it's actually a three-figure bearing. Okay? So a man travels from a village X on a bearing of 60 degrees to a village Y, which is 20 kilometers away. So X is the starting point of the whole journey. We start from that point. So we're going to have draw your four cardinal points. Over here you have north. Down here you have south. To the right hand side you have east. Let me prolong this one for some reason. Or let me leave it like that. Okay. So here you have west. Okay. Now this 0, 6, 0 here means that what? Is a three-figure bearing, so we need to commence our movement from the north, and then we go in a clockwise direction. So in bearing, in three-figure bearing, we move like this. This kind of movement is what we call clockwise movement or direction. Are we fine? So we begin from the north and we go this way. Now, before we commence our movement, let me give you some guidelines. Okay? Now, this same thing here, I want to point out something. You have north. Over here, you have south. To the right hand side, you have east. To the left hand side, you have west. Now, look at it. Angle between north, the whole of this north and east is 90 degrees. The whole of the angle here. Between east and south is what? Is another 90 degrees. Between south and west, that's southwest, the whole of south and west is another 90 degrees. And then north and west is another 90 degrees. So 90 multiplied by 4 or 90 plus 90 in 4 places give you 360. This will help us somewhere. Now let's come back to the main diagram. So here, because the road is in at 60 degrees like this, it means start your movement from the north. Okay, let me use another color for emphasis. Okay, we are starting our movement from the north. So we start and we go this way. We move in a clockwise direction. So we go this way. If you complete the movement to this one, it will be 90 degrees. But you want to just cover 60. So you move without completing to the line leading to the east. So you move and then move clockwise like this. And then you see a sort of road. If you follow, it will take you to that destination they are saying. Okay? So point your arrow. This movement is actually 60 degrees. So the 0 is just to tell us that we are meant to start from the north and go this way. Now, so the person continues moving like this until what? He got to a particular place, a village, they say it's 20 kilometers away. So right, 20 km. From this starting point, which is X, the person turned clockwise at an angle of 60 degrees and he saw a road and he followed that road for 20 kilometers and got to the next village called village Y. Now, at village Y, let's see what happens at village Y. Now, which is, okay, a man travels from village X on a bearing of 60 degrees to village Y, which is 20 kilometers away. We have treated that first part. Now, from Y, he travels to village Z on a bearing of 195 degrees. So, at this place now, you are going to produce another line, produce a line to indicate your north. So up here you write north. You can trace this one to the right hand side and to the left so that the four cardinal points will come out. So here is south, here is east to the right hand side, here is west of the new position. So over here now he's at this place is called village Y. This place here, this junction here. Now at Y he turns at an angle of 195 degrees. Now remember that I told you something. So 195 means that what? From here, from north to this east, line going towards the east, that's 90. If you keep turning until you get to the line facing the south, that will be what? That will be 180. Meaning that 195 is 190. For you to get 195, you move like this. This is 90 to this place. 90 to this one, that's 180 already. So 195 will enter this third place little, then you draw your line. You see a road, you are not meant to go down. Meaning that what? Over here, I'm going to turn. This is 90 already. Turning from here to here is 90. Now keep going. This is another 90. That's 180. But remember, we want to turn for an angle of what? An angle of 195. So 90 plus 90 is 180 degrees. It's remaining a little bit of that one. So that will be like 15. You need to turn and enter this place. So you are going to enter here. So from this turning here, 180, enter here a little, that will be what? Enter here a little, it will be what? It will not be, that place will be 15 to complete the 195. Now let's check the question for another information. They say that what? That they say if Z is directly east of X, Z is directly east of X. That this information is very, very important. Z is directly east of X, meaning that here, you're going to produce a line here down to the line going towards east from where X is standing. Okay? So that's the next information. It's a very important information as far as this question is concerned. So here, to complete the 195, it means that this place has to be 15. Okay? Now, if you check very well, very, very carefully, you discover that angle between the whole of the angle between north and east is meant to be 90. Since here is already 60, it means that this remaining place here is going to be 30. Is that okay? Remember, village Y is directly east of X. So over here, this is village Z. So this is X, Y rather, and then this is Z. Now, but I want to show you something an idea that is very important before we now start answering the question properly. That idea is called alternate angles. Once you discover that two lines are parallel and there is a transversal across it. For example, I have a line here. We use arrowhead to show that lines are parallel. Okay, if I draw a line cutting across the two parallel lines, then it means that angle formed here is the same thing as angle formed in this place. We call it what? We call it Z angles. So alternate angles are Z angles. If you look at it, this is Z angle. Now, if you check very closely, you will discover that, just watch here, you will discover that here like this, look at what the place I'm tracing, from north to this junction where S is standing, down to this place like this, and then to the whole of this one facing south. This line is also facing north. So this line facing north and this other one are parallel to themselves. So because of that, we're going to use the idea of alternate angles. So here and the whole of this place are meant to be 60. But look at it. But this place here is already 15. That means, what do you do here to get what you are meant to put here? You're going to say 60 minus what? So this angle is alternate to the whole of this angle here. So since you already have 15 outside here, it means for us to get that angle in that place, you're going to have 60 degrees. Take away what? Take away 15. 60 take away 15. Okay, so that will give us 45. So we're going to have 45 degrees. So that means that the angle in this place is going to be 45 degrees. Then we can quickly complete this place. How? We use the idea of what? Of sum of angles in a triangle. Yes, sum of angle in a triangle is equal to how many degrees? The sum of angles in any triangle should be equal to 180 degrees at all times. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. We can have it as well. We can say 30 degrees plus 45 degrees plus angle at Z. Let me put it like this. Angle Z equal 180 degrees. Okay, if you add up this and this together, you're going to get a 75. Yes, 30 plus 45. You're going to get a 75 plus angle as Z. This sign here that looks like less than is called angle. It's equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so just move 75 to the other side and see how it goes. So if you do that, you're going to have angle Z is equal to 180 degrees. Take away 75 degrees, meaning that angle Z is eventually equal to 105 degrees. So you come back here and say angle at Z here is 105 degrees. Now, we have the three angles in the triangle. triangle, three angles, triangle, three angles, triangle, three angles. So the three angles in the triangle are now, we have gotten the three angles in the wall, in the triangle. Now, they are asking us to get some things done. We're told to calculate, correct to three significant figures, the distance of y from z. That's the first part of the question, y from z. Okay, y from z. So let's withdraw this triangle first. If you want to withdraw this triangle, we're going to have something like this, something of this nature. Let's see how we draw that. Okay, this is not that nice. Let me remove it. It's not that nice. Let me remove. Okay, we have this. Then we have this. Okay, this is better. All right, now let's have this. So over here we have x standing here at this point here, here to here. This place you have z, and this other place here you have y. So here is already 20 kilometers. This angle inside here is 30 degrees. This place here is an obtuse angle, is 105 degrees, 105 degrees. All right, 105 degrees. And then this other place is 45 degrees. So they say we should find the distance of y from z. Okay, now since here is x, this place opposite x is small letter x. I mean this yz is called small letter x. This place here is opposite angle y. So this place here is small letter y, z actually. So it's given already. So for us to find this place, we are going to, okay, and this place is opposite angle y, so it's called y. This side, z, x, z is opposite to angle y. So this is the side, opposite this one. So we are told to find this place represented by small letter x. So we are going to use sine rule. We're going to use sine rule to do that work. We're going to use sine rule to do the work. How do we do? What is sine rule? Either you say x over sine x is equal to what? The side that is complete is z. So z over what? The sine of z. That's the angle there. Now what is x? The small letter x is not given. So over sine x is what? Sine x means angle from here. This one, 30. So you collect it and say, well, sine 30 degrees is equal to, small letter z is 20 there, all over what? Sine 105 degrees. Okay? Now, to get this, the value of x, what do we do? Just multiply both sides by sine 30, so that it will help you uproot this one that is here. So multiply both sides by sine 30. Multiply both sides by sine 30. Alright, so multiply both sides by sine 30 degrees. If you do that, see what will happen. You're going to have, if you don't want to do that, just cross multiply. It's the same idea. So over what? Sine 30 degrees multiply by what? By sine 30, according to what I wrote here. 20 over what? Sine 105 degrees, then multiply by sine 30 degrees. Okay, so this sine 30 will cancel out this sine 30 for us, and then we have x is equal to, we have 20 sine 30, means 20 times sine 30, divide the answer by sine 105 degrees, 105 degrees. Now this sine 105, we don't want to write it as sine 105, you can, this is equivalent to sine 75. You can check it out. 105 is equivalent as 180 minus this 105. The sign bracket 180 minus 105. It will give you the same thing. Okay? Alright, so let's evaluate this and see how it will look like. We have x is equal to, so please, you bring out your own calculator. I have mine here, so we can do the calculation together. So we have 20 multiplied by, or just write 20 sine 30. 20 times sine 30.